Hi guys, you are welcome back. On this video I'll be showing you how I made these petals that I use for this dress. If this is what you want to learn, if you like what you are seeing, just keep on watching, and if you find it useful, give me a thumbs up. Let's go into the video. The first thing is to bring out the fabric you are working with and pin up the zipper area, but here I will not be pinning it up. I want to get the width of the petals that I will be working with. So you measure your front part or wherever you want the petal to stay on. My front part is 11 inches here, so anything 11 inches or 10 inches should be fine, so that it will sit well. It will not be more than the front bodies, and also it will not be more than the neckline. For my first petal, this will be having 3 petals. The first one will be the biggest one, the biggest petal, and I'll start by drafting it. So I will rule my line, and I will take, this will be the highest petal, like I said. I will take a measurement of 5.5 inches. Remember, I'm working with 11 inches, and I shouldn't have anything more than 11 inches, or at most 11 inches or 12 inches, so that it will not be too much on the, it will be accommodated on the front part. So I will take 5.5 inches. 5 inches it will be when I finish working on it. So I'm taking 2.5 inches for the width on the upper line and 2 inches for the width on the down line. So after sewing it, I will end up with 2 inches and half an inch. All the half inch I added is for my sewing allowance. For the 5.5, it will be 5 inches when I finish sewing, and for the 2.5, it will be 2 inches when I finish sewing. So on that line, after connecting the two lines, I'll just make a curve of about 1 inch, and I'll curve it perfectly to the straight line. So this way, I've been able to create one petal, the longest petal, which is 5 inches, but while cutting, I made it 5.5 so that I will sew with 1/2 inch. If you are sewing with 1/4 inch, please do 5.25. So for my second petal, I'll fold my fabric again, my paper rather. I'll fold my paper again, and I will mark my starting line. So I want the difference between the petals to be 1 inch. So I will reduce 1 inch from the 5.5, and I will mark 4.5 inches. This is up to you, whatever difference you want for your petals. 1 inch, 1.25, 1.5 is up to you. And I'll repeat 2.5 as well, and 2 inches for the down part. What I have on that first petal is what I'm doing here. I will curve with about 1 inch from the upper part, and I'll have my perfect curve. So this one is 1 inch shorter than the previous one. So I'll proceed to having my third petals. I'll start by marking my starting line. Remember, it will be shorter by 1 inch, so this will now be 3.5 inches. I will take it into a straight line as well. So on the upper part, 2.5, down part, 2 inches. Whatever allowance you are using to sew, that is what you are adding. So from that end, curve by like 1 inch, and I'll trim off. So now I have my petals that I'll be using to cut on my Duchess. I am using a Duchess fabric anyway. You can work with Duchess, Dollface, Mikado, whatever material you want to work with. So I just labeled it, and if you check, this is what I have. The difference is just 1 inch. This is my preference. You can use 1.5 or 1.25 or 2 inches. So I'll cut it on my Duchess fabric, and after cutting, I iron and interfacing. So the biggest one I will cut 14 pieces, the medium one I will cut 10 pieces, and the smallest one I will cut 6 pieces. So because I'll be, if for one petal I'll be having 2 materials, so after sewing, the biggest will be 7, the middle one will be 10, and the smallest will be 6. So I'll place them right side facing each other, and I'll sew. And after sewing, you trim off or notch the edges, then you turn it inside out. If you turn it inside out, this is what they have. I'll do this to all the petals that will cut out. So after doing it to some of the petals, I thought to bring it and show you what I did afterwards. So as you can see, the down part is folded. Look at what I'm doing. I'm just folding the down part and giving it a stitch. Fold it and give a stitch. I want to have that curvy effect. So on my first petal, the biggest one, I've done this. So I want to show you what I did with the one that is 5 pieces. You put the petals together like so, make it overlap, and you pin. Put it together, make it overlap, and you pin. This is how you'll be dragging it, making it to form a circle. Put it together like so, you pin. So my first petal after sewing now is now 7. This one I'm working with is 5, and the smallest one is now 3. So after doing it, you drag the first one and the last one and you make it form a circle. So you take your sewing machine and you sew on the circled part. If you check now, the circle on the bigger one is now bigger than the circle on the smaller one. So this is how it will sit after you join it. So for the third one, just repeat the same thing. You pin, make the 2 petals to overlap, you pin, or you can use your needle and thread at this point because this one is smaller and this one is turning out curvy. You pin it and you add to this. You can actually use a hot glue for all these processes, but you might just create a mess. So if you are using a hot glue, make sure you are using it sparingly, or you are using it at some point, not all the whole processes. But you can actually use a hot glue for all the whole processes. So for it not to dangle the way you see me show you, you can use a needle and thread. Just tack it in such a way that the thread will not be showing out. Tack it, this is 2 layers. Pick from the second layer so that it will not show. I'm just doing it for illustration purpose. That's why you see the needle passing through to the upper part. So it's not meant to pass to the surface. It's meant to just pick one of the petals so that it will hide the thread. Or you can use your glue gun and just a drop of it, you press it down, a drop, you press it down, and you hold them together. And after that, you can decide to use your glue gun as well to place on the second petal and just gum it. Or you can tack. If you don't want your glue gun, you can just tack all this through. And like I said, it's up to you, your glue gun or your needle and thread. So after doing this, you can see when I measure, I have 12 inches. It's perfect for what I want. And I just added an applique to the middle, the smallest one, and to my back one, I cut out a round, this is wadding, breast pad, the one we use for the breast pad, and I added gum on it to use it to close the back part. Thank you, and give me a thumbs up if this is helpful. Bye.